I had Logan Paul on
10
my
million.
podcast.
Would Logan do it with me?
Logan would kick your ass, I think. You're riding a fantastic wave. How could you not make some mistakes along the way?
How can you be for small government and then have the government dictate all these things in your personal life, right? You idiots. You got it completely wrong.
Can't you just wake up and stop? I was walking down the hallway like a darted bull with a needle sticking out of my ass.
Tell me the 5 steps to the gain to the point where someone like you would say, I want this guy in my life. I want to help this guy.
Hey, JB here, the Wolf of Wall Street in the Wolf's Den at home. Of course, the Wolf's Den has moved because we're all on Corona lockdown. I have an awesome podcast for you today, part 2 of the Ben Baller interview, which I divided in half because it was so long and so much awesome information because Ben is just a freaking force of nature. Before we get to my interview with Ben, I want to share some thoughts with you on what's going on right now and what you can do to really make sure that you take this time to be the best you can actually be and don't fall into a rut. Don't fall into negativity. Don't fall into average. And don't buy into the fact that the world happens to you. Just remember this. In the same way that Wall Street is what we call a leading economic indicator. It's a leading indicator. Right now, Wall Street, every day, it reflects what it thinks will be happening in 6 to 9 months from now. It is a leading indicator. So when the market goes up, it means they think that in the future, things are going to get better. That's why very often when you see really great news that's been pending for a while, like the bailout, when the bailout happened, those days before the bailout, the stock market rallied like crazy with thousands of points, right? Then when it's actually announced, what happens? The day it's announced, the actual market goes down. That's the old adage, buy on rumor, sell on news. Buy on rumor, sell on news. Meaning that because the market is forward-looking, when people are expecting something to happen, the market rises. But when it actually happens, the profits from that positive event are already built into the price of the stock market. So the market then starts to sell off and go back down. Remember that when you invest. Remember that when you're looking at those stock charts about any news you might have. If you have that news, it's already factored into the price of the stock. You can't look at news and say, oh, wow, all this news, the stock's going to go up. No. The stock's already up reflecting that news. The price of the stock, whether it will go up or down in the future, will be based on what happens next, what hasn't happened yet. Because remember, the stock market is forward-looking. That means each individual stock is forward-looking as well. How that relates to your life is like this. Guess what? Your investment in yourself is actually the opposite of that. You see, when you invest in yourself, you don't actually see the result. Investment in yourself is a lagging indicator. All the work that you do right now, all the studying, all the mastering of the required skills of success, meaning learning the skills of entrepreneurship, learning your marketing online and offline. How do you place those great ads on Facebook and on Google and so forth? How do you learn to advertise offline as well, whether it's through telemarketing, door-to-door, whatever that you do to get your word about your product out there, right? Invest in yourself. Grow yourself, learning how to close the deal, selling yourself and selling products. How do you become a world-class closer? I teach a system called the straight line. You probably know that, right? Learn that system, grow yourself. But all of that work, all of that investment in time and money, when you buy things, that you buy books and you buy products that grow you, that educate you, guess what? You spend the money first, but the result comes later. Success is a lagging indicator. It's the opposite of the stock market. Success is a lagging indicator, meaning it happens after you do all the work. Success is the mirror that comes out 6 months later. The stock market's a forward-looking, success is backwards-looking. That's the devil's trap in becoming successful. is that you say to yourself, I'm doing all this work and I'm not getting the result. I'm doing all this work, I'm not getting the result. You keep working and studying and growing and investing and you're not getting rich. You're like, it just doesn't work. No, that's the way it's supposed to be. Success is a lagging indicator. It's the work that you do now. It's all the hours that you put in growing yourself as a human being, studying, learning, mastering skills and strategies and tactics. All of those things ultimately lead to success down the road. The metaphor I always use is the tree and its roots. And then you have also on top of those roots, you have the trunk, and then you have the branches, the leaves, and ultimately the fruits. The fruits of your labor. So the fruits are the great stuff that happens after, right? But remember this, it's the roots that yield the fruits, not the other way around. First, you have to grow your roots before you ever will see the fruits. Same thing goes in success. It's all the work that you do. It's the strategies you learn, the tactics that you perfect, and all that hard work that you put in to grow yourself as a human being. Those are your roots. And by laying that strong foundation, those roots, ultimately, yes, then you will see massive fruits. Don't buy into the devil's trap that I'm working really hard and not getting the results, so maybe I'm just not meant for success. I'm studying all this stuff. I've learned all this stuff. It's not paying off. Why should I keep investing in myself? Why should I keep learning and growing? It doesn't work. No. It's meant to be that way. Stay the course, especially now. Especially during a time like this when you have the ability to spend time growing yourself, learning. Take this time and don't waste it. I promise you one thing, above all, that we will, as a country, be okay. We will. I'm not going to tell you what day. It might take 3 months. It might take 6. It might take a year. This country will come back and be stronger than ever. And if you are not part of that recovery, if you miss this recovery and don't even end up in an even better spot than you're in now, shame on you. This does not have to be a death sentence for you or your family. There are no hopes and dreams that will be permanently dashed because of this. They're simply put on hold temporarily. And for many of you, if you're smart right now, you could already be moving forward and going towards your dreams. And with that, let's get down to part 2 of Ben Baller because he is awesome. We're going to kick some ass together here, and I'll see you on the other side and give you a final note goodbye. This is a perfect time now to take a brief pause here, and I'm going to give everybody here a gift. I'm going to give everybody here free access to the introduction and the first training module to the formalized straight line certification program. This is a system that I sell for $5,000 here to individuals, to large corporations, medium-sized corporations as well, right? It's a very robust, interactive training with quizzes and exams. It's ultimately a diploma-based course that changes people's lives. But I figure what I'll do, there's like 12 or 13 modules, but I'm going to give everybody, this is not one of those free things where I say, and you have to enter your credit card, and I hope you don't then forget to cancel. No. I'm talking really free. I'm going to just simply give you a link, and you sign up for it, and you get access to the introduction, then the first training module, which is the 5 core elements of the straight line, cracking the code for sales and influence. This alone will change your existence. Just understanding what has to go into getting someone to buy from you. And again, there's no obligation. You're not putting a credit card in. You have to just enter your information here. And then after you're done, once you've gone through this, if you want to keep going, then we can have a conversation about you picking up with the rest of the training. But this first part of it is free. My gift to you. All right? Let me give you the link. The link is jordanbelfort.com. Simple, right? /bonus. BONUS. So after you're done listening to this podcast, go to jordanbelfort.com / that's a / bonus, BONUS, and you'll be on a page. You enter your information, and that will give you access to this incredibly robust training. You're going to get the introduction and the first module, which includes the quizzes, the exercises. And I promise you that when you're done with this first module, you are going to be blown away.
If I had to restart all over, I would own a fucking pawn shop right now and become I'd have $20 million by the end of the year. You know, I would buy, I can't even tell you. You don't even understand. I have an uncle who owned a pawn shop, and he wears, his whole outfit costs $45. This guy fucking buys his clothes at Target. I had no fucking idea the insane amount of, he had like $1 million in guitars. He had fucking so much shit. He was buying guns for $25. You know, he's buying, Rolexes for fucking $1,800. He just had so much shit. And I was like, hey, Uncle, man, what are you going to do? You're going to give it to my cousin? And he's like, nah, he's going to have to fucking earn this shit. I'm like, what are you going to do? He goes, I don't know. But I mean, I wish I owned a pawn shop in this area. This is crazy because people are, I made an announcement on my podcast that just dropped a couple hours ago. I say, listen, if any of you guys have some Warhols, Cause art, Rolexes, anything, let me know. I'll cash you out. And then people are like, oh, you're taking advantage. I said, no, I'm not. If that's their fault for not, for preparing for a situation like this and whatever. And I want to help them. I can give them cash, dollar bills. They want to fucking wire, whatever it is. But Jordan, your best thing right now is because you do have it in about 5 weeks. I'm telling you, you're going to have somebody that that you played golf with or anything that's going to need to get rid of their watch. And I'm telling you, don't even think twice about it. Just fucking jump in it, man.